Welcome back. SA Today continues now. Other news, South Africa's biggest wheeling project, the Selemela Solar Park, has officially been launched in Lichtenburg in the Northwest Province, where the project is expected to feed energy to the national grid, which will lessen the pressure in some parts of the country. SABC News reporter Sellwane Khakhau and video journalist Tumelo Setlhabetsi spoke to the project's managing director, Jonathan Skeen. Let's take a look.
We are coming to you from Lichtenburg in the Northwest, and we are, of course, covering the official launch of South Africa's largest wheeling project with 200 megawatts of clean renewable energy. And of course, you can see the solar panels right behind me here. Just to get more details, we're going to speak to Jonathan Skeen, and he is the managing director for commercial at Solar Group, and that is the company that is responsible for this project. So thank you so much for making time to speak to us. Firstly, what does having this initiative here mean, firstly, for the town of Lichtenburg?
Well, I mean, we're here obviously on a beautiful sunny day in Lichtenburg, and one of the things that's so great about this place is that the sun shines most days of the year. I think really for the town of Lichtenburg, you know, we've come here to build a huge capital project, a 200 megawatt facility that's employed more than 700 local workers in its construction phase. And really, as part of the whole process of delivering this facility, we've been able to train up local workers, help local businesses to deliver certain services that we need while we deliver this facility. And I mean, as a broader impact, obviously this facility is going to be putting 200 megawatts of clean power into the grid, and it's going to help the grid as a whole in the country, both locally and across everything.
I'm sorry, and I strongly believe that when South Africans hear that, you know, there's these solar panels or a company that is assisting in terms of electricity, they become very relieved, because you do know that load shedding really is a problem. So how is this going to benefit the country? You say it's going to contribute to the national grid?
Yes, absolutely. You know, obviously the narrative around energy and load shedding has been so negative for such a long time. What's really great about these projects is we are a 100% South African company that have come together to create a solution to the problem. But, you know, to get more technical about it, this project's 200 megawatts. You know, on a day like today, it's producing that full capacity. That's equivalent to about 20% of a stage of load shedding. So if we are in load shedding conditions, these projects make a real contribution. I think what's really interesting about it as well is that the wheeling mechanism which has made this project possible, which is a mechanism that Eskom have developed and implemented and that government has supported, allows effectively private buyers and private sellers to agree to buy and sell power from each other, and that unlocks the financing and all the engineering work and all of the different work that really makes these projects happen. So we all know, South Africans, that we have a generation shortage, and this is 200 megawatts of brand new generation capacity that's come onto the grid.
And you did mention that you're feeding to the national grid, and at the moment, is there any province, or are you providing energy to all provinces in the country, or only specific provinces?
Well, it's a very interesting question, because, you know, the way that wheeling works is we put the power onto the network. Our buyer benefits from the power, they buy it from us, and there's really an accounting mechanism to reallocate the benefits of that power. But the actual energy itself flows into the network and is used where it's needed in the network. So, you know, this project happens to be in the Northwest, which is a great place for generating solar power. We have other older projects in the Northern Cape, for example, where there's just incredible solar conditions. And I think we'll see more and more that these projects get built across the country and the other provinces as well.
And correct me if I'm not so correct. So my understanding is that at the moment you're feeding to the Northern Cape and the Western Cape. Is that correct?
Well, this facility, interestingly enough, it feeds into the grid in the Northwest Province, but the facilities that are benefiting from the power, or at least purchasing this green power, are actually located on the east coast and west coasts of the country. So our client here is Tronox Mineral Sands. They have their processing operations in those areas. But as I said, it's an interesting mechanism that allows them to purchase the power, but the energy itself is used throughout the grid in the country wherever it's needed. Yeah.
Can we expect to see maybe more of such initiatives roll out, maybe and taken to other provinces?
No, absolutely. You know, we've got a third phase that's already under construction across the road, 100 megawatts of the same type of technology. Just 3 hours away in the Free State, we're building a 150 megawatt project. That's the first in the country to sell power to multiple buyers on really flexible short-term contracts. And then we are rolling out another half a gigawatt, so that's around about 500 megawatts, of solar and battery power in 2026 and 2027. And that's really, you know, our team has got a 16-year engineering history where we're bringing this battery element to these projects to dispatch the power when buyers need it the most, and to dispatch power during peak period when the grid needs it the most as well.